Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsyreplays. Welcome back to another video today, and we move along the tanks. So, of course, we had a look at the E10 this morning, and now we are looking at the Tier 8 version. Well, the Tier 8 in this in the rewards tanks. Well, not the rewards, you know, the whatever it is, and we've got what I think is actually called the Deathstar. I love what Wargaming have done with this. You know, the new season, I think, brings good tanks. You know, I think there are some fantastic tanks that Wargaming have brought with the season since they started it, and there's also some tanks that are kind of meh. Now, the E10 I thought is okay. Obviously, I need more time to play it, and I'm sure a lot of people will like the tank. But this one's a bit different. You know, I really don't know what to think of it, whether it's amazing or whether it's okay. Now, of course, it's not the FV215B183. Wargaming have renamed it the Deathstar. I think that is what they are trying to rename it, DTH-STR. And I absolutely love what they have done with it. So the original Deathstar, as we know, tier 10 British tank that deals a lot of damage. It deals around 900 damage per shot. Of course, this one doesn't quite do that. Let me explain. So this time it is an auto loader. Once you get to the Mac, I mean, all the guns are auto loaders, but just like the Deathstar, you've got to be careful because it has no armor, like at all. You'll get absolutely ripped apart. You've got no armor whatsoever. I mean, just 82 on the turret and 121 on your hull. It is a tank destroyer, and the DPM 2584 I don't think is too bad for an auto loader, and your magazine reload is 17.20 seconds. So almost the same as a Deathstar. However, because this is an auto loader, your shell you've got 3 shells, and your shell reload between each shell is 2.2 seconds. And we'll get to it, what I'm on about in a minute. Your penetration 264 on your AP. Now, this still has HESH, and I forgot it has HESH. So the game that I actually just played, you will not see me shoot any HESH whatsoever because I just totally forgot it had HESH. So I love the fact that Wargaming have gave this HESH. And if I would have realised, I didn't even realise, I've just equipped the tank, got into it, just to get the feel of the tank. And I actually had a few games before I realised it had HESH. So yeah, it's got 178 pen of HESH. So do try to use that HESH. Now your alpha is 310 on your AP. Now this is where I love what Wargaming have done. Because they gave it 3 shells, you've still got the combined damage of a magazine then you do have a Deathstar. So you've still got 900 damage per magazine. Not per shot, but per magazine. So they've just broke it up a little bit. Instead of having a single shot that does 900, they've done it as an auto loader that does 900. I love what Wargaming have done with this tank. Doesn't mean that it's a fantastic tank, but now I know it's actually got a HESH, I think it will be a fantastic tank. And it's a tank that I really, really want. So 370 on your HESH, so you could do a little bit more damage if you can manage to get that the 3 HESH's shells out. However, the aim time is fantastic, and the gun dispersion is fantastic. It only has 6 degrees of gun depression, and also the speed is very nice at 46 kilometers per hour. So yeah, honestly, I really, really, really love what Wargaming have done with this tank. I love the whole idea of the tank. They've taken the Deathstar and they've made it into something different, except for it's 2 tiers lower. And it is a shame that even this game, I do good damage, but I do die, and I could have done a lot more damage and survived and got a few more kills if I actually knew it had HESH. Because there's a few tanks I come up against that I would be able, I mean, every tank I come up against, I would have actually been able to penetrate with HESH if I would have just looked properly before getting into it. But I usually do that on these new tanks. I don't usually look at the stats first. I usually go play the tanks first, learn their strengths, learn their weaknesses before I actually look at that. That's just something I do. I know it's something I probably shouldn't do, but yeah, I really want to get the feel of the tank before I start seeing all the statistics and then seeing where I'm going wrong. Like, I like playing a tank a certain way, and if it doesn't work, I'm like, okay, where am I going wrong? I'm not bouncing this shot, or I'm not getting this shot, and then yeah, that's just how I do things. And again, it is something that I shouldn't do. Here, I could have shot HE at this light 42. I do manage to get a nice bounce somehow, and that's 600. Don't manage to get the third shell out, so I'm just going to hide and I'm going to reload. So we're just going to wait for our reload, and again, the reload's not that, I mean, 17 seconds, which is still a long time, but if you manage to pen all 3 shells, then it almost is like driving a Deathstar, because it's almost the same reload, it's almost the same alpha. This is where I wish I knew it had HESH, because I could have got the shot off there, could have got off the shot off there, and I maybe would have missed that shot. I'm not sure if that does penetrate or not, but it's quite annoying now, because that E25, that stupid little cockroach, is shooting me, and I'm spotted, and I've got no choice to get down. I have to move, otherwise he's just going to kill me. He's going to absolutely tear me apart, so I have to move. So that is what I've done. So at the moment, 1 tank down. I've had to relocate, because I only really relocated because I wanted to take care of that E25, but there's more tanks around, so we're going to try and deal with them first. So there's the Tiger P, 2 shots into him. He is a 1 shot, so we just get the final shot and the final kill. And there's the E25, still annoying me. Go away, go away, just go away, leave me alone. So I'm going to just hopefully reset my camera, or at least go for the reload before I start pushing, because I am quite low on hit points. And again, if I knew there was HESH, I could have come behind this Skoda and done more damage. So yeah, I'm very annoyed I didn't take more, pay more attention to the tank, because yeah, if I would have known it had HESH, I would have probably shot nothing but HESH, because that is what I try to do in these HESH tanks, because that is what makes the tank, in my opinion. But the fact that I love the tank, and I love the concept of the tank before I even knew it had HESH, just goes to show a lot about the tank. And you know, I could have killed that guy. I could have killed that guy if I know it had HESH, and I wouldn't have taken a shot from him, which means I would not have been a 1 shot. So yeah, that's how important knowing that this tank has that HESH. So yeah, absolutely love the tank. I don't think it's like an amazing tank. I love the tank, and I love the concept of it. I love what Wargaming have done with it. But I'm sure if I play it a bit more and I start using that HESH, I will love it. But again, I love the accuracy. I love the aim time. I do think it is a really, really good tank. And the fact that people can possibly get it for free is amazing. So let me know your thoughts if you have the tank. I'm sure you haven't got the tank, or if it is a tank that you really, really want to get. Because as I've said, I do think it is a great tank. I'm only going to enjoy it more now I know it has that HESH. So yeah. Love what Wargaming have done with this tank. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I'm meadsy69. Again, I'll be back in a couple of hours where we take a look at the top of the tree in this season's tank. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'm Meadsy, and I'll catch you all soon. Bye-bye.